Hey, what's up, everyone? Mike with Imperial Tropicals on another. Thank God it's Friday. So, been grinding it out. Lots of fish babies. Lots of fish going out. It's been busy. So, um, luckily, had enough time to do it again, like I do every Friday. It seems like I'm pushed up right to the last minute. So, Ahmad, what's up, man? Glad to have you on. Nicole's on. What's up, Nicole? Let a few more people get on. Gonna make a couple announcements today on today's live feed. And we have a customer that watches the live feed every Friday, and he was asking to see some of our live bears, black mollies in particular. So we trapped some of them in, and he wanted me to talk about how we take care of them. So Nicole Johnson, I see. I already mentioned Nicole. Sean Ellison. Ahmad says it's hot in South Florida. It's actually today is not too bad, but it's been hot. It's been blazing hot. So we got a little bit of a breeze today here, but it's still early in the day. It's only going to get hotter. Those greenhouses right now are cooking, cooking. I mean, probably looking at 100 degrees right now inside the greenhouses, air temperature wise. Cole says it's 70 in Ohio. Wow, that's nice. Did you feed already?
Sorry?
Did you feed already?
No.
All right.
I'm headed out and grabbing my water.
All right, I'm gonna go behind you and show them some of the fish. Angie's gonna be feeding the field, so I'm gonna show you guys today how we feed the field and some of the fish we see. Rebecca Burnett says, so happy with my order from yesterday. Everyone's looking great. Awesome, Rebecca. Thank you. I tell you what, I really love seeing the fish pop up on the fish group page. I didn't really anticipate that whenever we started it. I mean, I knew people could post, but I didn't. I didn't expect so many of our customers would go to the page and start posting up. So it's been awesome because now people get to see like, oh wow, that's what the red empress look like right now, or that's what the Turkish look like, or that's what the triple red cockatoys look like. I don't have time to take pictures for individual customers, so it's a good place for people to go and check out the fish. So what's up, Manny Markham? Joseph said you better have cleaned out the ponds. Hey, we're working on it. We got the pump back, and we brought in some nice OBs last week. Really nice OBs. We didn't get a bunch of them, but we got some really nice size ones. Brought in the Dragon Bloods. We brought those in right before the OBs. What else did we bring in? We brought in some other fish. I'm not even gonna tell you guys about them though, because you guys will be blowing up my email about it. Maybe we'll see. I'll ask Angie. Yeah, I got to stop telling you guys what we're working on and not show you the fish until they're actually ready. Because I remember the albino red empress. I'm like, look, guys, these aren't ready right now. I don't really want to show them off, and then I ended up showing them to you, and like I even said, hey, no need to ask about them because that's a long ways from them being ready, and I still had people blowing us up about them. Sean's asking about the albino Turkish. No, that was just the extra males that I had in my breeding group. We got lots of babies growing, but it takes a long time to grow them big. Um, but they're growing, so that's the good news. All right, I'm gonna flip the screen real quick and let's figure out. I got some glare here on my phone. There we go. All right, let's go look at some of these mollies real quick. So this is where we keep a lot of our live bears. There's other fish in here also, but we had a customer that watches the live feed, and he was asking about the live bear. So here's the swordtails. This is the blue swords, and again from the top, you can't see the color that great, but you can see the long spikes on them. This room is not as hot as the other room, so hopefully the phone does not overheat. there's the black mollies. I think I'm going to need a net though to net them up. They just trapped them in. This is a new strain of black mollies that we started breeding. We've had them. We've been breeding mollies for a long time, but our old black molly strain to me was just so-so. I mean, it was okay, but we ended up finding a better strain of black mollies, and that's the ones that we're breeding now. Here's the blue coral platies. You can see them starting to school. Every time you walk up to the vat, they like to school, thinking they're getting fed. But they've already been fed this morning. They always act like they're hungry. Some bosemani that just came in. Those have to be sorted. I see a zebra obliquan that somehow got in there. Here's our Parachromis locellis. These are our breeders. These will be going out to the pond pretty soon. You see those guys. And, you know, this is a new fish for us. Paul Locelli, who the fish is named after, is a good friend of ours. And I don't know, I just think it's kind of cool when we breed fish that I know the people that they were named after, you know. Paul Locelli's been a, you know, just a, you know, legend in the cichlid world for so many years. This guy's been all over the world collecting wild caught fish, so I thought it would be cool to breed a fish named after him, you know. It's kind of like the jaguar cichlid. This is, right now I'm showing you the red-tailed blacks. I'm still talking about these Locellis, these guys. But it's in the same family as the jaguars, the Parachromis family. And the females get bright yellow when they're in breeding dress. One problem I have is that they only keep the breeding dress for a little while. You know, it's like they don't stay in breeding color. So when they're not breeding, they kind of lose their color and they look, you know, just so-so. Some bleaker eye, small bleaker eye. Let's see, we got some brick swordtails, more swordtails. Let me get the net. And I'm gonna net up the black mollies first. We also have a new molly, the red selfin molly, and man, those guys look spectacular. In fact, we kept some of the breeders in for pictures, and I ended up sending them as a donation to the American Live Bear Association yesterday, so I had to trap in some more. But here are the black mollies. And they're jet black, so really nice, really nice. These are the young ones, so the breeders we put back in the ponds. But we used to breed nothing but, well, I'd say nothing but live bears. The majority of what we bred were live bears. That was many years ago, and now we breed lots of cichlids. These are nice. Some pineapple swords. And then I'm going to take you guys out in the field and show you how we breed them. Angie's out there feeding the field now, so we'll be able to see some fish up. Pineapple swords, always been one of my favorite swordtails. Nice color. There's a young male right there. See that guy? Nice spike on him. Female's already pregnant. People that like live bears, they love the whole process of watching them, you know, have babies. I mean, it's pretty cool that they have live babies. You know, like most of them are egg layers, but these guys actually have live babies, and they're pretty cool. So here's the red sunset mollies. And like I said, these are just the young ones that are ready for sale. But the adults, man, I was blown away with the colors. They're really nice. I mean, even the juvies look nice. But the males get a really nice high fin on them. You can see these guys here, and I have to take a picture of the adults before we start selling them, just to show everybody what they look like. But it's a really nice molly, really nice. So for all you live bear enthusiasts, that's what they look like. All right, I'm gonna come out here and answer a few of the questions. Ooh, sorry, I hit my stabilizer. Dry my hands off real quick. My camera's acting funky. Long Beach, I just read his comment. He said the first fish he bought from us were live bears, and they had a bunch of babies the second day in his tank. Scott saying his Blair eye are coming today. Awesome, Scott. That's awesome. Also, he's scheduled a visit the end of June, coming from Indiana. Nice, Scott. That's awesome, man. So I'm trying to think where I will be at the end of June. I'm going to Cooperstown, New York next week, next Wednesday. And we're gone for a little over a week for my son's baseball. But we will be back the middle of June. So I'll be here in town, Scott. So that's awesome. Aquatics says he just got his cichlids today. That's cool. He's asking to see the Venustus. Yep, they're close by, so I'll walk in there and show them to you. Hey, there's the man. What's up, Joseph? Joseph's on. Miguel's on. Oh, Mariam Guevara. Mariam. So whenever you guys see a package with Miriam's name on it, that is packed out from Miriam. And she is actually on vacation. She just left yesterday. She's in Pennsylvania with her family. So everybody say hello to Miriam. She told me she was going to start watching the live feeds. So she says she's missing her fish. All right. Mauricio, what's up? Like every Friday. What's up from Mexico? Domingo Nunez, what's up, Domingo? Late to the party. Says he just ordered 18 cardinals for his daughter's tank. Good choice, man. I love the cardinals. One of my favorite tetras. Dustin, good morning. All right. Mr. Savage Cichlids asking who else from Chicago. I know we got a pretty good following up in Chicago. We used to go up there a lot for the aquatic experience. Now the aquatic experience is in New Jersey, but I know we got a lot of people on our page from Chicago. My good friend Nashad is usually on Fridays, and he's in Chicago. All right, so Josh Cunningham, what's up? Lori's on. What's up? Happy Friday. And Crank says those are some jumping babies. Yeah, the swordtails especially, man. They jump like crazy. Sunshine Aquatics says he loves his Bosemana and turquoise rainbows. Awesome. Appreciate that. Yeah, the rainbows are, man, they're spectacular. The big reason the rainbows are doing so good is that we are able to grow them in ideal conditions, and get them up big and colorful and beautiful, and we love breeding them and raising them. Joe's the one that bred both of those fish. Let's see. South American fish will take over. That's right, Jack. Gatlin, Tennessee's in the house. All right. How'd you kind of? Oliver says, yeah, stop emailing Mike, Joseph. Hey, he got him an albino Turkish. I don't think Joseph's ready for anything else. All right. Nicole saying she loves the red empress and blue dolphin. Nice. All right. I've seen a couple donations come in, so wow. Got to scroll back down, guys. I'm kind of slow with this, so just bear with me. Dennis Rattle, first time live chat. Said he just got a haircut. It's damn hot in Tampa. It is hot, man. I'm ready to get a haircut too, man. I've been out there. We were out there doing some field work yesterday, and man, it got hot. Joseph's asking about the itinerary for the aquatic experience. Um, so we used to leave on Wednesday before the show, Joseph, and set up on Wednesday and Thursday, and then Friday the show would open. I just found out the aquatic experience is this year is a little bit different. It's only going to be a 2-day show instead of a 3-day show, which to be honest with you, I'm a little bit disappointed about, but we'll roll with it. But basically, we roll into Jersey, keep everything locked up so we don't lose anything. Now, then we go right to the show and we start setting up. Usually this year, I haven't talked to the crew yet on what day we're flying out. I would imagine it's going to be fly out Thursday. So basically Thursday night, usually we just, it's not too busy at that time because there's not a lot of people in town yet. Friday, night is also available. Usually, I mean, my routine at the show is usually I work the show all day, and then that night, basically I just lay low. I might go have dinner with a few people, that I only get to see at the shows. But I think our itinerary this year is going to be based around what the Imperial Fish Keepers group wants. So if you guys want to plan it for Friday night or Saturday night, I'm game for it. Whatever works for you guys. I'll make my plans according to what the group wants to do. So you guys start planning it. But you guys are going to have to plan it and I'll just roll with whatever you guys come up with. But I'm going to be so busy with the fish that all I can do just to plan what fish we're taking and getting the fish there alive and healthy is my main concern. And so whatever you guys plan, Joseph, I'm game for. So, definitely let's plan something for after one of the shows. And, if you know a spot that we could go to that, we can have a pretty big crowd, I think that's great. In fact, once it gets closer, I'll probably be hearing some of the after show activities, what's going on, and maybe we could plan our event, somewhere where there's going to be a lot of other fish heads around, So I never even scrolled down to all the donations yet. So Domingo says he needs a dozen Pearl Danios. I don't carry the Pearl Danios. I really like them, but I could get them. My cousin, I believe, still breeds the Pearl Danios. So shoot me an email, Domingo. I'll see if I can't get some for my cousin. Sean, what's up? Steven says he finally made it. Nice. Every Friday at noon. If this is your first time watching, make sure you hit that notification bell. That way, you get it notified. Blitz Peacock Bass Fishing says his tank is finally running. Nice. Make sure you cycle it good. So if you got the name Blitz Peacock then you know what's up with cycling a good tank and creating a good habitat. Armando's asking to see rainbows. I could probably go in Joe's room and show you some rainbows. Actually, I wanted to come out here while Angie was feeding, so let me scroll through real quick. I can't tell who donated. I just seen some donations come through. Sunshine says the 6 German Rams are doing great. Thomas Christopher says he wants to order some fish. It's already almost 100 degrees in South Alabama. Will they survive? Absolutely. We package them in such a manner that, we ship to the hottest parts of the country in the wintertime. As long as there's no delays or bad weather, then there shouldn't be any problem. So we ship to Arizona, Nevada in the summer, no problem. Ship to Alaska in the wintertime. Really nothing stops us. Rebecca Burnett, $5. Thank you, Rebecca. I really do appreciate that. Good morning, William. David Connor's on. Leah says it's 6:20 p.m. in South Africa. Dang. That's a long ways away. I'm about to say on the opposite side of the world, but it's not quite. But it's a long ways away. Never been to Africa. That is one of my countries or continents that I want to visit. I want to go to Lake Malawi, Lake Tanganyika, Lake Victoria, to the Congo. I'll be all over Africa one day. I love it. Chad Blockinger says a Z-Rock and Star Night are doing good. Same tank. Oh, Chad. Chad, you could do it, man. But long-term success, the Bleaker Eye needs to be not with the Malawi, the Rift Valley. I mean, you could say, well, they both come from Africa, but Madagascar is not the same as the Rift Valley. Madagascar is broken off from Africa, and the fish get way bigger. But like I said, I see people do it all the time. It's kind of like the whole bushy nose argument that, you can't keep plecos with Africans, and, it can be done, but I think long-term success is not something that we personally recommend, and that's only because we want you to have long-term success, not short-term, I'm gonna show them some of the fish that you've been feeding.
Yeah, a lot of the South American, Central American fish.
Here's Angie's setup with the food. So we've got the fry food in with the small guys, and that's also given to the live bears. And then looks like her tub's almost out of pellets.
Oh, this is the live bird. That's for the African.
Oh, you got pellets in that mixed in there. So, but that's how we feed. We feed off a golf course, Thanks, Angie. All right, so I don't get sidetracked. So the bleak eye, like I said, you could keep them with peacocks and haps, but I can't recommend it. But it can be done. So, man, there's some nice peacocks in this one. Let's see what this is. They're pretty big size. See if they come back up to feed. So she just fed this pond. There's not a whole lot of them, and they're staying just underneath the water surface. So let's go to another pond, but I can see color on them already. Look like yellow blaze or sulfurhead peacocks. Let's go down here to something that's got more action to it. Another problem we have is turtles. Turtles are just eating us alive. They love the pellets. When we throw the pellets out there, see if I get one of these turtles on camera. See that guy down there? He just swam under. See if he comes back up. And there's another one coming up. But the soft shell turtles are a pain in the problem, in the butt. All right, so this is red wag platies, and it also has some cichlids underneath of them. Without my cheat sheet, I can't tell you what Angie put underneath them, but I do know we put cichlids underneath them, and the reason we do that is population control. The platies don't seem to mind because they breed like rabbits, and let's see if you can see them. Yeah, you can see the red wag platies right there feeding. So one problem with live bears is they will overproduce. There is no stopping those guys when they start breeding. They just breed like rabbits. And what ends up happening is the water quality gets really bad in the pond when the pond gets overpopulated. So on most of my live bear ponds, we are now keeping cichlids underneath of them, now we can't keep like dovi or anything like that under them because the dovi, they eat everything and there's nothing left. But for peacocks, haps, some of the South Americans, they do really well together. So it's kind of like what we would call double cropping a pond. So we'll have a live bear in the pond, and we'll also have a South American, some centrals like maybe a firemouth or something like that. or even Africans, the peacocks. Usually on those, we put the fry in the pond of the peacocks, and then once they get up to 2 inches, then we'll put some live bears in the pond, um, so they kind of work together. All right, this is the Simspilin pond, and this loaded with fish. Let's see if they will come back up here and feed for me. Sorry guys, I'm not answering any questions because I can't see the screen with the sun out here. Hoping these guys will come back up. They all paused feeding whenever I pulled up, but I see all the pellet food in front of us, so they should start attacking it. And when they do, it's like a feeding frenzy. Some of them coming up. They're still real shy. Still real shy. Plus, with the sun, you can't really see on that side too great. This is the Carpentis, the Texas pond. This is a pond that we also have live bears in. Let's see if those guys will come up and feed. It's usually a feeding frenzy with these guys too. They go nuts. And we do keep live bears underneath the Carpentis. This is the blue corals platy. So, hey Will, what's up, man? I see you join. Yeah, I'm not too mad at you. R1GOFASTO8. I can't ever pronounce that name, but that's the first live feed you made, man. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you. We do this every Friday. And today I'm showing off some of the ponds because one of our regulars was asking how we do the live bears. So basically going around showing some of the fish off in the ponds. Now the downside is you're not going to be able to see the fish that great. Some of the fish are not too skittish and you can roll right up there and take a look at them. Like this is a good example. This is the zebra obliquitans. Let's see how well my camera works. I don't know how well. There's a bad glare on my phone, so I don't know. I'm sure you can see a few of them, but there are, I don't even want to say how many. There's probably 2,000 zebra obliquitans in that. So yeah, there's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of them. So the Victorians, they actually breed in the ponds. So we do not have to breed them indoors. We used to breed them indoors, and then we would put them out in the ponds to grow up. And then by the time we would bring them in, the pond would be loaded with fry. And we're like, man, let's just let them be happy in the pond. It seems like they do really well. So that's how we do most of the Victorians. Here are the black mollies. Let's see. I'm trying to get a different angle so the sun's not glaring, because this is the fish that they were asking about. All right, so like if we're going to set up a live bear pond, we're going to choose the best parents, the best looking ones to start the breeding pond. And we will take a new pond that's empty of any other fish, and we will put 100, sometimes more, 200 adults in the pond, and they quickly start reproducing. Now some live bears throw off coals, right? And a coal would be like, I don't know, for like a pineapple sword, you'll see sometimes a green sword or a neon looking sword. And so as we're trapping these fish and sorting them, we're constantly grading them and making sure the only ones that go back to the pond are the proper colors, you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of work for the live bears. In fact, I'm glad Now, we do not do a lot of light beers because they are just a tremendous amount of work for those little fish. Um, but at the same time, they're easy to breed, so that's a plus. But yeah, we don't do nearly as many as we used to. I used to work with a lot of different types of swordtails and platies and mollies, but now I've cut it back probably half of what we used to do. You know. All right, let's go back up to the building. I know somebody wanted to see the Venustus. What else was there? There was another fish they were asking about. Rainbows. Rainbows. So we're going right up there and take a look. There's Art, the new guy. What's up?
Oh, I'm staying out your way, bro.
Tell everybody hi. That's the new guy, Art. So everybody tell the new guy hello. He's been with us for about 3 weeks, and he's doing great. He's doing great. He's out there helping bring in the fish and clean out ponds, and he's doing a good job. All right, I'm gonna pull back up into the shade here so I can see my screen. And then I'm gonna scroll back up and try to answer because I know Rebecca donated, which I really appreciate Rebecca, but there was a couple other people that donated that I need to give shout outs to. So David Patton's asking about the new fronts and the zebras. It's in that dead room, Dave, that I don't get a signal in. Like I tried, I think a couple feeds ago, I tried walking in the room, and literally like as soon as I walk in the door, it kills the signal. So I think what I need to do is I need to do just a not go live, just shoot a regular video of that room, and I'll post it up on the page. In fact, I'll do that. I'll do that today. All right. Andy's asking about redhead topos. I'm hoping soon. So my friend that breeds the redheads, he messaged me a few days ago and said that they should be ready any day now. He's going to bring some in, so I'm hoping real soon. Leah's asking how big is our plot. This is a 20-acre facility. A lot of it's ponds, like you've seen, and then we have about 10 different buildings up here that we keep the fish in. Sean D's, yes, we do have some spilins. I don't know if ours would, we call them the Viha. You know, you can look on our website and look at the strain, but there's so many like similar types and spilums, you know, that Joseph's watching. He's on mute though. He's in a meeting. Nice, Vito. Michael Core, I'm gonna show you the Venustus. So in the building right here next to me. Hot dogs asking about shell dwellers. I had some probably 3 weeks ago, and they sold out like right when they came available. That's the problem. Is it's a good problem that we have, but as soon as we like, if it's fish that are in limited, you know, availabilities, as soon as we put them out, bam, they're gone. I mean, literally like within a day. So if you really want something that we have that's out of stock, use the out of stock notification, because it will email you as soon as we put them in stock. Automatic notification goes out, and since we've been doing that, like, you know, people use it, and whenever we get something in stock, bam, they're gone. I know the triple red cockatoids, we were out of those guys for a few months. We had a lot of people waiting, and as soon as we put them in, they just flew out the door. So Aquatics is asking if we ship to South Africa. Not yet, but one day we will. Right now we're working with UPS to do international shipments. and we've been shipping into Canada with great success. And after a few months of shipping into Canada, we're going to look at the next country that we want to ship into. So William Winters says his Black Angels are doing great. Appreciate that, William. All right, let me scroll back up. And I'm sorry, man. These are coming up, coming in fast. Will's asking to see the big bluefish. I am thinking that you're asking about the phoenicylus gizzles, and they are spectacular. So if I could go into that room without it getting too hot, I will.
Sorry. I'll be calm before I throw something big.
Will they come up?
Yeah, they're up now.
I had a hard time seeing the other fish that we're feeding too. Like they would come up. Did you just feed them? I'll ride over there to them. Angie?
No, I haven't fed them yet.
Oh, you haven't?
They're
Okay.
up, though.
All right, we'll go. Angie wants to feed the OB pond and show you guys what they look like. I'm not sure how well the fish are showing up on the camera in the ponds because it's you know, not best quality camera to zoom in. Oh, Will's asking about what size tank for that fish. You know, I see a lot of keepers. I say a lot. There's not a lot of people keeping them, but the few people that I have, I've seen them keep them in 125s, but they just don't get as big because of the tank that they're kept in. And you know, with us, I mean, we've got 30,000 gallon ponds, so they're going to grow a lot bigger in our environment. But I mean, I think if you were to want to get that fish as big as I have them, then you're going to need a 240, something like that, to get them to maximum size. All right, let me flip the screen. Oh yeah, you can see them. All right, so we have, there's the OBs. All right, this pond's pretty clear, so you can see them pretty good. All right, let me move out of her way so she don't get food on me. With it's windy like that, they so a lot of that powder and stuff will also feed the pond. So all the live organisms in there, if this was your tank, I do not recommend you throwing in food like that. But there's also a lot of fish in this pond. So, there's probably, I would say, at least 500 OBs in it, so that's the OBs that Angie wanted to show you guys. Let's go up and look at some Venustus. Hey guys, just so you know, this pond has hornwort in it. We are no longer harvesting hornwort out in it, but this is what a pond looks like when we just let it grow. And this is what we like the ponds to look like. You know what I'm saying? So, this is, we're going to be tearing this pond down. It's going to be a pain because of all the hornwort in it. But since then, we've stopped doing the hornwort like that because the hornwort takes over whatever pond we put it in. So now we're growing our hornwort indoors, and it seems to be doing a lot better, and it doesn't overwhelm us. Like, we'll actually grow so much hornwort that we cannot harvest it all, and a lot of it starts, decaying in the pond. So, but it takes a lot of work to keep those ponds up and keep the weeds off of them. And our guy Selvin that takes care of the ponds has done just an excellent job taking care of them this year, and the ponds are looking better than they've ever looked before. Still haven't got to the donations. I don't know who sent them, but I do appreciate it. It's as soon as I get a chance to set back down, I'm going to look and see who was kind enough to donate. I know Rebecca did, and there was 2 other people. So I really appreciate the support. It goes a long ways. It really does. It makes me feel like what I'm doing is worthwhile. So, all right, Venus Touche. All right, here is the bigger guys. These are the 4-inch, and you see some of the males are colored up nicely. This is the big dogs. These are like probably 6 to 8 inches. I think I'm zoomed in. Am I zoomed in? Oh, I'm not zoomed in. And then here's some more 4-inchers. You see that male's fired up, really nice, right there. Let me net some out and show you what they look like out of the water. Okay. Ooh. They are big. It seems like my phone's zoomed in today. I try to pinch it out, but there's the big dog. See if I can pinch it back out. Yeah, it was zoomed in. Okay, sorry about that. All right, that's one of the big male Venus Touche right there. And they're still not in full blown out breeding dress because there's quite a bit of fish in those tanks. So like the males are not able to isolate, an area to take over. These guys are looking good though. See if I catch any of them. This is the Victorian, the Pundamilla macrocephala. See, really nice fish. That male's a little bit beat up from another more dominant male, but really nice fish. Do not put these in with your peacocks and haps though. They like there's some Vicks that I recommend that do good in peacocks and haps, but those guys really don't. They are not aggressive enough to keep up with peacocks and haps, and the male will lose his color and not look very good. All right, I'm going to go show you the rainbows real quick, and then I'm going to sit down and say some thank yous for those donations. Tony wants to see the eels. I don't know what eels you want to see. Gold dojo loaches, maybe? I don't know. All right, so this is where we keep a lot of the rainbow fish. The border rivers are looking real nice. Wanamitsis are looking pretty nice. There's Mana in there somehow. I don't know how they got in there, but this is not a breeding tank. Kamaka rainbows. Those guys are looking real nice. Albino millenniums. Those guys are looking real nice. Wapagas that everybody's been asking about. These are the new ones from Indo. Not showing much color yet, but they're still a little bit small. The Blair rainbows. Scott was talking about how he just got some of the Blairs. The males really starting to turn on their colors. In the mornings, the color is much more vibrant because most of them are breeding in the morning. Here's some of our Wopaga breeders. And even now, that male's showing a little bit of color, but nothing spectacular. Some of my Blair rainbow breeders. It's funny how they freak out whenever we get close to the tank, even though we are in there working around them every day. This is the Bosemani from Lake Uter. These came from Gary Lane. So we've got actually brought back eggs from Gary Lang when I visited him, and this is some of the offspring. Really nice fish. We have three strains of Bosemani going. This is another Upper River Catherine Rainbow. Um, we're still working on getting these available, but let's see. Hey, Parva right here. Those guys are looking nice. Michael Core, I do see it, man. I seen that one come in with your name, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for the support. This is the Dwarf Sunset Rainbows. These guys are looking good. Still not showing much color. Oh yeah, and we got these guys, the red spotted Severums. Really nice size on these guys. I was real happy. The person that breeds them, they like selling them at a bigger size, so they got the good markings on them. And I was real happy with the markings on these guys. Really nice. Vito, what's up, Vito, man? Thank you, man. I appreciate it, Vito. Hey, we're gonna have a good time in Jersey. I hope you're there, Vito. In fact, next week we leave on Wednesday, and we're going to be in New York City for 2 days. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but you work at the World Trade Center or somewhere in that area. So, I mean, maybe Thursday or Friday of next week, you guys let me know, and I will be in New York for just 2 days in the city. And then I go to Cooperstown, New York, which I believe is out in the country part of New York. So maybe next week. Cool, Vito. I appreciate that. I just seen you comment. So yeah, I'll message you. We fly in Wednesday. I think Thursday we're going to a Yankees Red Sox game with the family, and then Friday I think we're going to do some sightseeing Friday morning, and then after that we drive to Cooperstown. So Allie says Cooperstown's awesome. Go to the Baseball Hall of Fame. We are. That's awesome. Yeah, we're really psyched about it. So my kid's been playing baseball, for several years now, and he's worked really hard to get good at it. So I'm excited for him to be able to go to Cooperstown and play. So we're looking forward to it. Rare Wong busting on old man. That's funny. David Patton welcomed old man. Rare Juan says he's no troll. He means the fish are happy. Yeah, see? Dave busted him. Oh, Vito wants the Taiwan reef real bad. So, man, they're growing. They're growing. They're just not growing fast enough. I've got a friend down in Miami that breeds them, and I'm going to try to get some bigger ones from him, but mine are literally like an inch and a half. They're just no color. Dang, Allie says she's originally from nearby Cooperstown. That's pretty cool. Manny Martin says, go Yankees. I've never been a Yankee fan, but I think it's going to be pretty cool to see the stadium. Why Rag LR? No, we're not hiring right now, but we will be in the future, so email us. Yeah, for sure, Vito, by October, for sure. King Great White says he emailed you yesterday about my order. One of his Dragon Bloods died. Oh, that's not good. So King Great White, I tell you what, let's go look. All right, because if you emailed yesterday, I would almost guarantee that we emailed you back. So let's go find out from Rochelle about your order. Hey, what's your real name? Because I can't look up King White in the system. Yeah, G-Bear, I already looked at ticket prices for the Yankee Stadium, and it's like crazy, man. We're doing the cheap seats, and even the cheap seats are like $50. Hey, Rochelle, we got somebody on the live feed that says they lost a Dragon Blood, and it sounds like he he didn't hear back, and I know we've answered all the emails, but do you have a Dragon Blood email from yesterday? All right, she's looking it up for you. Great White.
Was it BJ Baldwin?
Yeah. Did you email him back? Yeah. So if this is Bradley, Bradley, we emailed you back. So check your emails. So guys, just so you know, like we try not to miss emails. All right. It happens. Like we had one person that it was going into the spam folder, but if you know, do not hear back from us, don't hesitate to shoot another email. I mean, if it goes into our spam, I mean, I'm starting to check my spam folder more often, but like out of 6 months, I think I've had two emails go into spam that were not spam. Um, so check your email. But we'll take care of you. He just said, okay, thank you. So cool. Uh, yeah, Doug Barnes, I'm not looking forward to that part. Rare One says he wasn't late to the party. Hey, real quick before I scroll all the way back up to find out who donated earlier, I want to make an announcement. Okay, a lot of people are asking if we're doing a Memorial Day sale. Um, no, we can't. I'd like to, but right now we are at full capacity shipping out orders without doing a sale, and I'm worried about if we do a influx of orders, you know, then I think it's going to be a problem for us. All right, because I leave on Wednesday. Jacob's gone Friday and Saturday. Rochelle's going on vacation. What day? Next Thursday.
Yeah.
She's going out of town next Thursday, so we're going to be extremely short-staffed for the next 2 weeks. So I'm not really, wanting to, overwhelm the people that will be here. But what we are going to do, we are going to do something for Memorial Day. We're going to do some giveaways. All right, it's going to be promo codes, maybe a fish. We'll see. I don't know. Jacob and I talked about it this morning a little bit about what we wanted to do, but we're definitely going to be doing something on Memorial Day. More or less, it's going to be just a customer appreciation type deal. That we appreciate you guys. We appreciate being in the lovely USA where we could be free. And thank you to all the veterans that been out there. I myself have been fortunate enough to serve, and it's a wonderful thing, So, Will Bonner says, "Yeah, we'll run out of everything." Yeah, it's we get that a lot, man. Like, you know, why are you out of something? I'm like, well, just last week I wasn't. And then we had a lot of orders, So, that's why that email notification is so important because you get to, an automatic response as soon as they're back in stock. So make sure you use those notifications because a lot of other people are using them and they're getting the fish. Long Beach is saying there's always a July 4th sale. Yeah, maybe. I hope. I hope that we could get set up for it. But right now, Memorial Day's a no go. So I appreciate that, William. Michael Core, thank you, man. Well, that's why, when he mentioned that he emailed us yesterday, I'm thinking, maybe we missed his email. But unless it came through on spam, Rochelle's right there first thing in the morning, getting to everybody's email, and so all he's got to look at is the check his email. All right, I'm scrolling all the way back to the ones I missed. Vito's 64th floor of is the best view of the city. Definitely want to see it, man. Definitely want to see it. Um, Michael Core, man, I appreciate that, Michael. Thank you. Will Bonner says Joseph's ordering the big Venustus. Rare One, what's up to Alt Facebook game? Good to see you. Guys, if you don't know, a lot of the people on this podcast right now, or whatever you want to call it, live feed, they're part of the Imperial Tropicals Fish Keepers group, all right? And we started this for one of our special members, Joseph. All right, and Joseph was on earlier, but Joseph was new to fish keeping. Joseph had a lot of questions, and we gave him a lot of answers, but Joseph needed more answers. So we created the group so we could have a community to help people, and the community's been fantastic, man. I couldn't ask for it to be any better than it is. In fact, it's took over my Facebook page. I know that, and you know, I love it. I think it's been awesome. So thank you guys for that. So, um, Bison Games is asking how to get a notification for the Flavis and Peacock. Go to the Flavis and Peacock on the Imperial website, and it'll say out of stock, and below that, it'll have out of stock notification, and you click on that. As long as you're logged in to our website, you will get a emailed notification. It's pretty easy setup. So whatever you see out of stock at the very bottom, you'll see a tab to get a notification. Um, King Great White. Maybe it wasn't the same one. Look at this person's order. 23143. 23143. Is that the same person that had the DOA that we talked about? You got to put 23143. Bradley. Yeah, that's who it is. Yeah, Bradley. Cool, man. It is you. So she emailed you back. So just check your emails. Oliver's asking. Thomas wants to know if you. I like how they do that. I wants to know if you have, if he gives you long enough time and ask now, would you be able to bring a 5 to 6 inch black orange dorsal lithobates baits and albino Taiwan reef for Thomas Collins to the AE? So I can't guarantee that they'll be 5 to 6 inches. Okay, that's the only problem. Right now they're growing out. How long is that? 4 months away, roughly 4 or 5 months away. Um, I don't know that I could get them that big. I could try. I could try. It's going to be, if it's a good growing season and the ponds, then I think it's really possible. So Tom, I will try. I will try my best. If it's not 5 to 6, then I should be able to for sure get you a 4 inch one. So Ace Dog says he needs one more big Moldovi. Do we have any more? The big guys, we put them in quarantine about a week ago. They were just beating each other up really, really bad. So we sorted them all out, and they've been under treatment. I'm expecting them to come out of quarantine probably next week. So we will have some bigger males available. Use the notification. Make sure you get notified, and they should be back. I'm hoping next week. So. Uh, Alright. Alright. I think I answered all these. Let me scroll down. Man, I still never even got to those donations that were up front. So give me a second, man. Vito, oh, I already commented. Vito's trying to put a deposit down. Alright. So Sean Zinga's asking about red shoulder severums. Don't we have them back? Yeah. Yeah. Red shoulder severums are in stock. So um, hold on, I missed another one. By the way, Blitz Peacock says, by the way, I really enjoyed the Facebook group. Some good people in there. I got blasted with hate and an Oscar page when I said Oscars could reach 16 inches
Pizza's here.
and need at least an 18-inch deep. I mean, Blitz Peacock, hey, you're going to get that. They can reach that big, especially if they're in a big enough environment. 16's big, but I do believe that they can reach that big. I mean, I would say on average, like when I bred them here in my ponds, You know, on average, they were like 12 inches, but no doubt, especially in the Everglades, with plenty of food and space, I think they could get that big. Oh man, Fishman Marcus. We have Nyuriar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're on the website, the Nyuriar. So we got some really big males right now. Dave Pat says pizza delivery. All right. I think it's worth mentioning my tank's on the up. It cost an arm and a leg, but we are on the upswing. No losses after we recognize the big brain issue. Thank you for all your direction. No problem, Will. So I know I don't get it on the page a lot and comment, but I seen you were having troubles, and I wanted to give you, you know, what I thought would help. So I'm really glad that the fish are getting better. And think about this with fish meds. It's a long term investment. Most of those meds will last you a long time. So, you know, I haven't bought over the counter meds very often, but I do know that, you know, when you buy a bottle of medication for a treatment, not only is it good for getting those fish healthy, but, you know, down the road also, you know, so it's good to have a good arsenal of meds, you know. Vito says he needs a Lana Car Ahmed for his tank. All right, so I still never got to those. Every time I get a comment, which I don't mind, it throws all, it brings it all the way to the bottom. You guys need to get on the ball, man. First, it's your notification bell for likes. If the like button is hard to hit, your comment section sucks. But I'm just gonna scroll till I see them. All right, I found one. Crank 1469 with $1 into the donations, man. Appreciate that, Crank. Thank you. Let's find the other one. The other one, Rebecca Burnett. I got her. Thank you, Rebecca. Sorry for this, guys. I've been really slacking with the comments today, keeping up with them. In fact, I think there was somebody else, and I can't find it, but it's all good. So, hey, you guys have a good weekend. We're about to have some pizza. Today is Mike Bernard's birthday. So everybody wish Mike Bernard happy birthday. Mike is uh, I love the guy, dude. I love everybody that works here, but he's been he's been an awesome part of the Imperial team, and he is on the page some. You'll see him comment some, but everybody tell Mike happy birthday, and you guys have a good weekend. Next Friday, I don't know about the live feed Friday. Do you guys think I should do it in New York or what? I'm kind of thinking I should be on the 64th floor of the World Trade Center with Vito doing the live feed Friday. What do you guys think about that? So if you do, start a comment over on the Fish Group page about doing it. But I think that's where we should do the live feed next Friday. So, and then the Friday after that, I don't know. My kid could be in the middle of a baseball game. Maybe I'll do it at the baseball game because the tournament for the Cooperstown is the following week. So, and I think Friday. Actually, I think Friday is the championship day, and there's like I don't know how many teams, something like 36 teams or something like that. So, if they make it, if they make it to the very end of Cooperstown, that means that they played some excellent baseball to get to that point. They're going to need a lot of fortune to get to that point, but they could do it. Anything's possible. So, all right, everybody, have a good weekend, and we will.